Hello to the gamers. I'm just here to tell you I'm being true to myself, and also I'm devoid of ideas for what to play on YouTube. It's been a while since we've recorded a bespoke YouTube video. I beat Balatro on stream accidentally on purpose. I didn't expect to win like my first gold stake plasma run and then jokerless so easily. And then I got sick and I was like, I don't know what to record because I don't want to, gild the lily. I don't want to gild every single joker in Balatro. That could take, Mouth did it. I think it took him like 400 hours. Quite frankly, I just don't see myself getting the red card gold stake win. But I occasionally take my daughter to an activity. She's got some kind of class. I'm sitting there in the bleachers for a couple hours, play a little Slay the Spire on my phone. Now, I don't ask for proof, okay? I beat Ascension 20 on the Ironclad on my phone. I beat Ascension 20 on the Silent on my phone. I'm currently stuck. I wish I had more to offer here, but I'm currently stuck at Ascension level 18 as the defect. So let's get in some reps, and dare I even suggest that maybe over the course of this, we could have a collaborative experience. I know how to play Slay the Spire. I've gotten Ascension 20 wins as a defect before, but I could always use a refresher because at this point, everybody knows this is maybe the greatest roguelite ever made. I might stake my claim that it's the greatest. You could argue about that if you want. You could pit two bad you-know-whats together against one another, I should say. You got Isaac, you got Hades, you got Spelunky and Spelunky 2. A lot of people come in the rep Noida. I might be a Slay the Spire guy just for Enduring Legacy, but anyway. So you might say, now, what have you been trying as the defect so far? Well, I'll tell you, on Ascension level 1, I think we're pretty much... if we lose this one, it would be very disappointing. The ways that I choose to build this, most of the time, zero-cost attacks, like Claw, Beam Cell, Go for the Eyes, combined with a Scrape, so you draw zero-cost attacks, combined with an All-for-One, which is a rare that pulls all zero-cost cards from your discard pile back into your hand. Or Focus. Usually Frost Focus, so you get lots of passive block every turn, but occasionally lightning, occasionally maybe even a little darkness, but it's also nice early. I'm overthinking it, man. I'm overthinking it. It's nice early to have an attack that does a lot of damage, so I might go that early just because it's nice to have it right off the bat. And I've never been shy to be cursed by injury or whatever. It feels weird playing this on such a big screen. Now this might annoy you, okay? I'm not a relic hunter. I'm not Tia Carrere, Shawing. Sometimes I just like to take the more passive benefits here that, don't overstuff our deck with garbage. For example, 175 gold, but 2 curses in our deck. That means there's an opportunity cost. Next 2 times I've removed cards, I won't be removing strikes and defends. I'll be removing, injury and doubt. Now, truth be told, 175 gold is more than it costs to remove a card, but we also pay the opportunity cost of having to carry it until we find a second shop. So for now, I disagree. You can't take it with you. Money's not everything. Now, I will lose 11 HP. That doesn't bother me. Come on, act like you've been there before. It's Ascension 1. So We've played Slay the Spire. Now, this is a great card. I'm finally realizing, again, what these cards look like, not on like a 3-inch screen in front of my face. But it's a little expensive to run it early. Would I be an ultimate coward if I just took like charged battery instead? Maybe. You might say, now I thought you were never going to play Slay the Spire again. You said you were never going to play Slay the Spire again after you beat Ascension 20 on the Watcher. That might be true, but... I've been wrong before. Now, you kind of got to make a choice on this. I really do like Genetic Algorithm, a block that exhausts, so it keeps your deck thin. And just me saying that is progress. If you're an old head, you've been around for 7 years, I used to build like 40 card decks in Slay the Spire for no purpose other than like, ooh, that card looks good. No unifying theme whatsoever, just being carried by relics. It took me like 2 years to beat Ascension 20. It was a little embarrassing, but very triumphant when we finished. I do also like Cool-Headed. Very nice for a Frost build to have a couple of these in the deck, but I think Genetic Algorithm. It's like a Nalgene bottle, circa 2006, BPA, best player available. Now, I'm a dual cast girly. I'm a rip and tear girly. I'm a Genetic Algorithm girly. Why not get Genetic Algorithm going early, okay? Now, we also got Kunai. Incredible relic here. Everything's half price forever. So we can really up our decks by taking cheap attacks. So I think you take FTL. I think we always like to remove a curse. We still got 41 gold. Melter's pretty fun, but I might be inclined to save a little bit of money here. I actually think we got like a pretty solid deck going already. Disagree if you must. I mean, we haven't really had to actually play Slay the Spire this whole time up to this point. You know, I should have stalled on the last one so we could have gotten genetic algorithm to pop a little better. That's definitely true. Rip and Tear would be nice if it killed you. Didn't even come close. What are we working with here? I forgot I had Dead Branch. Fission gives us 2 draw, which I think I would probably do just because it gives us a chance to probably get Kunai. No, we didn't have enough attacks, but 12 block is definitely in the building. But early on the defect, and again, it's taken me a while to learn these lessons, and part of the reason I even mention stuff like this is maybe, like, I've been playing this on my own, which has been nice for, like, my mental health versus playing it in front of strangers who know more than me, but has probably been worse for, you know, learning the relative ways to succeed in this game. Great, maybe a goated card, but thanks to Kunai, we're building something a little different here. So I'm opening myself up to the idea that, you know, we should learn a little bit from the audience on this one. I welcome your criticism as long as it's phrased in a way that doesn't offend my meager sensibilities. Nice to get a dual cast, but we're not really generating orbs. We may actually, I don't know if this is anathema to defect players, but I may at some point consider removing Zap, even though it's already upgraded. That's like my go-to first upgrade. But, you know, the way that we're building here is more towards like a cheap attack Kunai build. So defends have value because our dex goes high. Attacks have value because they trigger Kunai. And, like, our orbs are kind of like, you know, who really cares? It's not really any of my business, honestly. Either way, 2 turns of vulnerability. And I've become enamored over the years with the idea of building very, very small decks. And I say that so there's no uncertain terms, okay? Read my lips. D-E-C-K-S. I don't want to be taken out of context. I'm kind of agnostic if you change the vowel. Otherwise, it would be hypocritical. Now, do I want to break you this turn? Yeah, I'd say the answer on that's probably yes. We could use a potion, but, like, I mean, do I need to... Maybe I'm building bad habits here by playing Ascension 1, okay? I mean, you could make the case, I think. 35, you need to get to 28. So you're going to hit me for 16, but we... Oh, or are you? You know what? Just toss out a... Well, yeah, just toss out a genetic algorithm just to trigger it, and then I can't play Recycle. I forgot Recycle costs 1 before it's upgraded. I have occasionally used it. I've shown personal growth. And I guess I'll just hit you again. We're playing the hits today. But yeah, maybe I'm building bad habits by playing Ascension 1, but honestly, I'm too old to... know how cloud saving works. So I don't know how to recover my Slay the Spire save where I have a 20 on everybody, so I could just whatever. It's a fun game to play. That's the important part. Get Claude, kid. And then, I mean, this is looking pretty nice. It's looking very nice. Obviously, we respect Dead Branch as well, but I stop short of making, like, a value judgment for this kind of stuff these days, okay? I'm not going to say, like, you're morally bankrupt if the only way you try to win is Dead Branch Snecko Eye, because I may find myself coming to terms with that cope at some point, but I will say, let's go, it's over. Maybe we can win with style? Not really. I will say, I prefer to just try to build in a different way, just because Snecko Eye Dead Branch is fun, like, a couple times, but eventually you're like, you know, it's like Brimstone Godhead. You're like, it's already locked up. So I personally, out of these, it would be nice to get Echo Form, and maybe we can justify its high energy cost because our attacks cost nothing. Most of them, at least. And you know what? We can deal with enemies that start with 1 extra strength. Obviously, some encounters where enemies hit weaker but more times on the second act. when the lights go down in the city and the sun sets on the bay. Like that, you know, you could face consequences as a result of that, but we got kunai, so we got. I'm not sweating it. Let's put it that way. So let's start. It may not even need to be upgraded right away, in my personal opinion. We take those. Just because, like, anytime we draw it, we're going to guarantee ourselves that we're going to play it anyway, probably. I think. I don't know. I'm kind of just spitballing here. I'm not the be-all, end-all. I'm not the arbiter of what's good and what's bad in Slay the Spire. I'll say, without a doubt, I got to play slower. That has not changed. You're doing 17 damage. Let me take a peek at something for a second here. Because I would rather not be hit for 17. And I'm willing to spend to make it happen. A potion to save 10 damage. Listen, I don't know the exact EV of all this stuff. This is one of the reasons I decided to actually play this on YouTube again, is so that I could learn that sort of stuff. This will be a great situation in which to have Meltor, but whatever. I'm always happy when I take Meltor. And yet I so rarely take it. Like something's fundamentally wrong with me. I'm a sick man. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, I don't want to necessarily become 100% beholden to the meta. You have 24 health. I can do 16 damage plus 3. So we're gonna get hit here. If we're gonna get it, well, I didn't consider the possibility of what we get out of our dead branch, but I still think that's like fairly irrelevant. I guess I'll just take the hit and kill you next time. Maybe there was a way. Here's what I would say, okay? I'm not trying to give you backseat advice because it's dangerous, because I may end up yelling at you at some point anyway, in which case I apologize. Honestly, I don't think we need a second one. I think we need to remove the non-performant cards from our deck. It's going to be harder with an innate curse, but, you know, it did give us a pretty sick relic, so I don't think I can be too upset. Hang on. Hologram. We already have 18 block. We got hologram, bring back zap. I'm not a big... Well, we're taking 1 damage. Would I rather chaos? I think I'd rather defend. I mean, 1 HP is not necessarily that valuable, but why lose it if you don't have to? I don't think it's going to prevent us from losing more in the future. It always feels good when you can play a 3 energy card and still play 3 attacks to get extra dex. That's outrageous. And I really, like, I'm going to stop short of being, like, overly grandiose about how well this run is going right now, because I've got to remember it's Ascension 1, which I don't want to say is easy mode, but if you've played the game for a while, like, you know, it gets a little bit harder than this. And by the way, if you haven't played Slay the Spire, why did I choose to take damage for no reason? If you haven't played Slay the Spire, let me tell you, this is like the utmost recommendation. Don't let the art Andes get in your head and say, like, it looks like a phone game. It is a phone game. It's the best phone game ever made. Give me that reinforced body. He works out. So I'm going to be a coward, to put it in YouTube-friendly terms. And I'm not going to spend, like, 15 HP to possibly get a good relic there, because I think we already got a good thing going, quite frankly. But I'll rip and tear you, and I'll strike you, and I'll play a reinforced body. So what's our win condition right now? I mean, I would say step 1, we're not sweating it. I would say step 2, cards that we should be looking for in shops that'll make our day. I'm going to use a potion here for sure. All for One and Scrape are the 2 that I mentioned earlier, and the 2 that I'll be looking out for the most, without a doubt. And if we can get one of those, I think that... I mean, honestly, if we get none of those, I still think maybe everything's okay. 28 damage. So we can definitely store energy for next time. If we get none of those, we might be okay. We might just have to, you know, take some more draw. Let me think about this. But if we get one of them, we'll be happy. Let's put it that way. If we get both of them, I think we're riding. So we could play 3 attacks easily, even though we only have 2 because of Echo Form. Or we could just play, if I play 2 of you, that would take us to 18 block. So we're going to take damage this turn no matter what. I think you just Don't worry about the long-term ramifications of grabbing decks, because this fight should not be long-term. Hopefully we draw some vulnerability and some claws, and this guy will just be dead. I mean, that's a lot of damage. I'm kind of gambling without doing the math that we're going to be able to finish the job here. That stings. All right. Well, let's kill him with style. All right. That stung a lot. Mummified Hand, very beautiful to have with Echo Form. Whenever you play a power, a random card costs 0. Well, we're always playing a power. Honestly, I think we could justify auto shield. The problem is we need more attacks. Like, I think it's, we're not losing because our defense sucks. We're losing because we don't have enough cards that do damage. So I almost, 15 block. You know what? I'm sticking to my guns here. And we kind of desperately need to heal. Lots of interesting options here. Removing a curse is kind of a given, especially an innate curse. This is a pretty good card, I think, upgraded. Go for the eyes is very much in keeping with what we're trying to do with our deck. It would have been nice to get Peace Pipe too, so we could thin our deck out even more, so we're like almost guaranteed to draw claws every turn. Hold the Santa. Gremlin Horn is really good though. Especially, like, this helps us deal with enemies or battles with more than one enemy, which we don't really have any AoE right now, so... By the way, all this knowledge was learned on the job, so it could be wrong. This does not come from a textbook. All right, 42 health. Not feeling too bad. A relic for shame with no opportunity to remove it. I pass on that. You can call me a coward if you must. I pass on that. Now, lots of cards eager to upgrade. I think 2 weak is good. And I'm just hoping we got enough gas to get over this. This is a good fight to have Gremlin Horn on. Let's take a look at our option here. Apply 2 weak X random colorless cards in your hand. They cost 0 this turn. I never know how to work with this. I feel like it must be useful in some situations because it's a rare, but I don't really know what those situations are. I feel like magnetism is easier to understand. It does make something cost 0, which is nice. And then I'm gonna fixate on you for the moment. By the way, if you have no idea what's happening in Slay the Spire, I apologize for that. But I also, I don't know how to fix that for you because it can be a complicated game. You know, I'm not gonna. I mean, I shouldn't say I'm not gonna do it. What I would rather say, I guess, is that I've already done the, like, hey guys, this is me learning how to play the game type situations. So. You know, I'm not going to say, like, go back and reference the source material, because you shouldn't do that. You know, your time is very valuable. But you should play the game yourself. It's a good one. It's a lot of fun. Can be frustrating at times, but for the right reasons, I would say. White Noise costs 1, but it'll make something else free. So I think I'm willing to pay the toll on that one. And it gave us Sunder, which now gives us 4 energy in return. That's pretty good. That's solid. I can't be too upset about that. That is the way, and I quote, I would have done it. Okay, this looks fantastic. You probably don't need 2 turns of vulnerability. You need 30 damage to the dome piece. Easier elite fights. Okay. I would still skip. I am a little... I wouldn't even necessarily say concerned is the right word. I'm a little terrified of this boss. I don't think it's really a hot take. But one of my takes about Slay the Spire is that the second boss is actually the filter. Most of the time. And obviously, I'm not going to be... on max HP for that, even if we live through this. So I'm a little embarrassed. I'm a little scared. We could have gotten more decks, but again, I gotta marry 2 disparate concepts here. You know, I gotta win too. This is a great double dual cast. Okay, I actually think it's probably more likely that we lose than we win right now, which is a scary thought. On the bright side, I do only need to do 1 damage to you. We need to find... Like, a potion would have gone crazy there. I'm going to take a leap just because I think, like... I mean, it's kind of ironic. The most conservative card available there was called Leap, I guess. It's not really like a leap of faith, but I would. This is an insane draw for us. That's a perfect one. And then another rip and tear in here doesn't hurt. Okay, we need to build decks. That's the important thing. Build decks as fast as you can. One per turn probably won't be enough. We actually need a lot, I'm kind of embarrassed to say. We're not dead yet. We're not dead yet. Like, we need more than I originally thought. We need health. We need defense. We don't need much more in the ways of attacks. I think we need, like, sustain. Like, if it would really, we need some kind of, like, passive block is, I guess, what I'm getting at. Because things look mighty scary. Would you rather draw 2 cards or get Claw to trigger twice so you grow? I think I'd rather get Claw to trigger twice, though it's like a no good decisions, no bad decisions type thing. Okay, so we're 5 decks up, which is really nice, but keep in mind at some point this dude is going to hit us for like 80 damage. So we got to find a way to reconcile that, possibly just by killing him. Like, you're going to do 14 damage. That means we're going to take 3. 3 is a fairly significant part of my health at this point. Now, I'll be honest, this is not that bad if we can just kick the stuffing out of this guy on this turn where he's guaranteed to just relax, right? Relax might not be the right word. He's kind of prepping to ruin our lives. We're within striking distance. I'm begging you. 34 damage. We can actually, I mean, we can make it out of that. I'm just worried that, like, I mean, we drew none attacks, so we didn't really advance our position too much there. But this time, no Claw cheeses me off a bit. I think I'd rather start with 2 draw and skip the vulnerability just because getting claws is that valuable. We got none claws. That stings. It stings a lot. Get extra energy for next turn. We're so close, man. Just a couple of claws would finish the job. Are you kidding me, man? We're still not even close to being screwed. You do have to do the math, though. A little bit, at least. So you're doing 23. There we go. Okay, so it turns out we're actually okay. And this is, I would say, like a fitting cost for the bravado that I displayed earlier in the run. We're not really using focus. I don't trust the power build, although maybe with Mummified Hand, there's a case there. I'm a reboot guy. You don't like your hand? Redraw it, play the Echo form, play your claws, like, enjoy your life. We're not really orbs. I will say, so with the first, if you're the real old head, okay, if you've been watching for 7 years, first off, thank you. I have changed my tune. On my phone, I don't always take the Energy Relic, regardless of what else is available. However, in this situation, orbs are meaningless to us. Cut it, okay? Astrolabe is something I've taken on high-level Ascension winning runs. But here, I would be like converting strikes and defense. There's a very realistic chance they become something that's not relevant to our build. We don't have like a good stuff build. We have a very unified concept. I'll settle for the extra energy, even though it also is not an amazing fit. This is a horrible boss for us to be facing, but, you know, we have the time, potentially, to... to fix it. I hope. I'll play this. I mean, this genetic algorithm, it's getting itself into a good spot. Now, one thing I will say, you know, again, I'm not necessarily asking for coaching, and I apologize for giving that impression, but certainly advice. One of the areas I think where I don't play a considerate game is path selection. I tend to just select whatever path, like, has the most question marks early and not think about it too much. So I could use some sort of, you're tempting me. You know, we got a reasonable amount of energy. Rebounding like a claw and then playing your claw first so that Echo Form causes it to increment twice. Giving me a certain thought here. A certain je ne sais quoi. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm some back of the napkin type calculations for like when certain aspects. Oh, we need to play this. For when it's, when you'd be looking for elites. Like maybe this is a good time for us to be looking for elites because we're confident in our deck, and Preserved Insect makes the elites a little easier to deal with. Could really use some defense here. Okay, that's fine. Where the heck did boot sequence come from? I guess from Dead Branch at some point. I'll hit you with one of those. And I'll just say I don't want to lose HP for no reason. But like, yeah, I guess, yes, I'm asking for, if you have any heuristics that you use, if you're a good Slay the Spire player, if you have heuristics that you use for like, this is a good opportunity for us to be looking for shops. I got lots of cards I need to remove from my deck. This is me speaking hypothetically. I've got lots of cards I need to remove from my deck. I got a reasonable amount of money. We should be trying to shop max right now. Maybe that's something that comes up from time to time. What do you think? Like, I'm not happy to have 22 cards in my deck, to be quite frank with you. I did not need to double aggregate on that. That's obvious, but I would hit you with one of those in a heartbeat. And you know what? I think I'd settle for just taking 1 damage. Isn't going to make me cry. I mean, we're gonna ruin your life on the next turn, right? We're at least going to make you think. Yeah? The Thinky? I think you're the Thinky right now. Anyway, obviously we almost died on Ascension 1 on the second boss, so there's lots of stuff we could stand to learn. But I'm opening my eyes to that possibility of that feedback, okay? Now, put simply, I don't think we can play White Noise against the Timekeeper without... I'd rather, play something that I know what it is. Okay, let's imagine if we want a thinner deck, you have to shop max right now. Or you could relic max, but our relics are actually pretty good. I don't know if we can... Maybe we might be able to make Unceasing Top work. It's a 0-cost deck and we don't have any curses. Probably not going to work on turn 1, though. What an exalted time to have Genetic Algorithm, though, man. Yeah, I'm a weird guy. I think I would just, like, play it. I get the card, and I play it. I get the Frost, and I channel it. I don't think we're in trouble here. I think you build decks for the future. 24, you're doing 28. Well, why not? Why not? I'm worried about the Timekeeper because he scales the same way we scale. I think I have to play like Rebound first here, just so I don't double reboot for limited utility, to put it in the most needlessly collegiate way possible. Thank you, Gremlin Horn. Very cool. We have channeled some Frost, which is kind of surprising, and then we got nothing to do with this. All right. We play 12 cards. Does he get stronger, or does he just He ends the turn, that's a given. I can't really remember if he gets stronger. He does get stronger over time. By the way, this is a classic mistake. Do not hit end turn when you have energy left. You're doing 5 damage. I think this is like a rebound claw type situation, which allows us to draw it again right away, which I totally was intentional. Definitely. You're lucky. That one only cost you a buffer. Your muscle memory is getting the worst of you right now, man. You got to chill out here a little bit. Chill out is actually like the opposite. You got to start paying attention, I would say. I'm a different kind of beast. I don't... you did it again? My increasingly brittle neuroplasticity as I age. No! Okay, you gotta go. Huge. We're back. And then you wouldn't have hit anything there. Okay. Another claw. I'd be happy. Hologram I also love, but... Okay. I think we're removal maxing. We want to draw less strikes, for sure. Defends I can kind of get down with, but we definitely want to draw less strikes. And Genetic Algorithm, I'm basically just taking... Am I really going to remove a strike when I need it to get to Kunai? I guess I am. I guess I'm a different kind of beast in that one unique capacity. Well, we do have 37 block. I would say if I have like a glaring weak spot with this deck, and there's several, maybe. And it's probably going to be good enough, but that's not to say like it couldn't be better. Because this is, I don't know how familiar you are with the game Slay the Spire. It's a hard one. It's not an easy task, you know. This is this ain't your granddad's. I was going to insult Monster Train just out of inertia, but Monster Train is the only game in this genre that Slay the Spire has helped to popularize that's even close to as good as Slay the Spire, in my opinion. Don't at me, I'm not trying to make enemies, but I'm not out here trying to make friends either. The average person on a reality TV show, seconds before they make a decision that costs them their game because they want to make friends. I'm not here to make friends. Okay, let's see. Oh, I forgot about that. Thank you. Oh! What a dream. It's a dream come true. Spinning top. It turns out spinning top is crazy, man. Or unceasing top. Yeah, the game goes very serious, I guess is all I'm trying to say. It's a very serious game. Maybe in that sense, it is your granddad's deck builder. On that one, there's no reason for us to take damage, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. So that 1 HP may not make a difference, but it may. I don't need another one. If any, some draw would be nice, honestly. But again, against the Timekeeper, we kind of gotta. If we're gonna take new cards like that, we need them to hit harder. So I think you cut a basic strike. You need some degree of defense. You could probably cut defense just because I mean, this is like if we got 6 cards to remove. We would be happy to cut all of our strikes and all of our defense, so because we have leap, we have reinforced body, we have genetic algorithm once, we have charge battery, etc., etc. But for now, the attacks can go. I don't think we need that. Play 10 cards, draw a card. Not useless, obviously, but I mean, this is 78 gold. I'm trying to think of what gives us statuses. You're not really the right boss for that. You do give us like a void or something, but I don't know. Honestly, it sounds like a bad choice. It sounds like a beginner's choice. But I feel like having 10 more max HP actually helps us like get started. And if we had an ancient potion, like a flex potion would go crazy. But that gives us more runway with which to improve our run, like our decks, and play claws as much as possible without being on like lethal, essentially, I think. So it's nice to get a claw started, but I don't think it's the highest priority upgrade. Dual cast for energy, like we have enough energy to play it. So like, and this, we play it every time it shows up. The only time might be like if, I don't even think it's worth worrying about. FTL is like, it's a weird situation where I'm like, I'm not sure we really need to upgrade anything. I guess maybe Claw is the best, so it starts 2 damage up. It's not going to blow the doors up, but I guess it's a positive situation to be in if you're like, hey, like my cards are already like pretty upgraded, so I wouldn't necessarily look at it like we're struggling to think of what to upgrade for a bad reason. I'd say it's for kind of like a good reason. This was horrible draw. You know what? If it comes back again, if it comes back again, we'd probably take Sweeping Beam just because draw is so valuable to us. And listen, I wouldn't mind playing Meteor Strike, and I'm gonna, but that was pure luck. Because we have to play Echo Form. Echo Form is like our win condition. Ignore Echo Form at your own peril. So this looks like it's gonna suck, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad. We'll use Echo Form for dual cast, so we have like unlimited energy. And then we'll just rely on the power of Unceasing Top, and we'll play whatever shows up. Well, it's gonna mean we don't take damage, but it means we're probably done, but well, maybe not. Maybe not. Well, one more dex out of it. Okay, we're still going. It's a dream come true. Okay, that's fine. 96 block, and we gain like 2 decks on that turn. I'm feeling a certain sort of positivity about that. I'm feeling like that went as nice as we could have expected. Sure, not too stoked about the result there, but I'm stoked that we get to keep the party going. in theory. Now again, we do not match up well against the Timekeeper. I have like a conspiracy theory about Slay the Spire. So there's 3 bosses you can face on the 3rd level. I absolutely would. There's the Timekeeper, punishes combo decks, basically, playing a lot of cards. There's Dono Deca, punishes like single target focus, because it's I mean that I look at it as the easiest boss. Then there's the boss that punishes you if you play a lot of powers. You'd think you'd get a 33-33-33 split. This guy shows up 80% of the time. The only time you see the Awakened one, which punishes powers, is when you've taken a power deck. Obviously, there's some bias involved there, in my opinion. I'm not stupid. I'm aware that I'm being governed by my own emotions. What I'm doing is rejecting the idea that I should be like an unfeeling automaton. Instead, I'm saying what I feel is true, even though I recognize that it's false. And you can deal with the cognitive dissonance of that. The only time you see Dono Deca is when you're anointed by God himself. That's going to be a great day for you. If you see Dono Deca, if you're on a high-level ascension, you make it through the great filter of the second boss, you see Dono Deca, you lean forward in your chair. You're like, I got a chance. I don't want to take 275 gold. This is a mature decision, because I don't want to have to remove regret. We have a decent amount of money, especially considering we got membership card. We want to remove something that makes our deck more consistent and causes it to scale faster in the future. So I'll just take my free 100. I have to remove that. Oh no, I could just play it with Blue Candle, which also plays off of Dead Branch. Blue Candle is kind of a crazy get there. Again, not necessarily what you want to be rocking with when you got... well, you know what, let's try this. Thank you so much. Not necessarily what you want to be rocking with when you got the Timekeeper, but, you know, you'd rather have it than not have it. So you're in a world of hurt, I'll tell you that for free. More zero-cost cards. Oh, okay. Oh, no! That's the one situation where we need Echo Form to be upgraded. Okay, so that might be our next upgrade then. Well, I think let's see what we get out of Dead Branch there. All for one is an insane get, man. So I'm going in on you first. Look at this. Oh man. Look at this. You're just dead, man. I don't even have to worry about that. Don't really want Loop. Melter is going to be like worse than Claws. I'll tell you though, I don't think we need Skim. In a curseless deck, I don't think we need Skim. Because we have Unceasing Top. Otherwise, that would have been like an amazing card for us to add, but I don't think it's what we need right now. Obviously, I'm going to be biased in this regard as well. But I actually think like we're making some pretty mature decisions right now. Those of you who have been around for a while, you know that stings. But at least it's in the deck. Those of you who have been around for a while know my base impulse in Slay the Spire used to be, oh, that's a good card, let's add it. In every circumstance. It took me a year and a half to unlearn it, okay? I gotta hit you with that first. Sure, I will. I don't know if I regret it or not. Took me a long time to unlearn the skill, at the very least. So this is, for me, this is some serious progress. Whether or not you see it that way. Okay, that was a fumble. But we're still going to be fine. It was a fumble on All for One. We didn't need it yet. Now, would I take another claw? Every claw we play makes every other claw better. There's probably a point at which it becomes too much, but I'm feeling pretty good, man. I would, yet again, I mean, we could remove a curse, but I'm kind of like, it's a little insane. We can't remove a strike unless we get like a recycle. I feel like I'd rather just remove a strike and we can just kind of tank the curse because of Blue Candle. And then we should probably spend out here, right? Yeah, in all likelihood. So, we may not need the extra energy, but it's pretty cheap. I'm happy to have some extra HP. And honestly, I think everything else here, like they all add cards to our throughput, which I think is kind of bad. I guess there's no reason not to start with 3 extra orb slots, even though there's not much reason to start with 3 extra orb slots. I just like, we want draw, but we have draw on a relic level. So I'll live with it. Whenever you add a card to your deck, gain 9 gold. I haven't even unlocked that on my phone yet. Alright, we'll upgrade the other claw. So things might get a little rough, just because our deck is very much countered by this individual. Probably start with the K, just get it out of the deck. And then a rebound claw, rip and tear, gets you the dex. Can we get to 27 block? Yes. And we actually have like a reasonable runway on our next turn. We're probably pretty soon gonna hit turns where we're playing 12 cards per turn. Huge, huge get. We needed to defend here because as soon as he ends our turn, he's gonna gain strength. I get it now. So we thankfully don't take damage off of that. So we should probably expect to be playing like close to 12 cards per hand here. There's no real reason to double up on Shame. There's no real reason to double up on Charge Batter. I guess we'll double up on Genetic Algorithm and get 2 cards out of Dead Branch. Get rid of Shame. No need to play it. We have 99 block. Oh, there is a need to play it. Because we need to play it for Unceasing Top to get going. And at this point, I don't really mind buffing you if we can get a couple of claws out of it. I mean, we're not going to play like... We're not going to leave ourselves with 1 card in the next. So I'd rather him get stronger every turn, but we have 12 cards to work with. 2 of those is going to go huge. Those claws are our win condition. Reboot. We got a lot of runway still. Very nice. This gives us an artifact, so we don't necessarily get debuffed by whatever he's got coming out, which I don't even remember what it is. We're probably going to play all 8 cards. So let's start here, see what you get off of it. Not what you want to see. 31. We got nothing to worry about. 2 more cards. I can only play 1, man. That means we're going to have 1 card available next time. So I got to give myself at least 2 cards to work with because Echo Form takes 2. I mean, honestly, I don't want to draw. I'd rather just get 2 rebounds out there. Do some damage, get a rebound next turn. Okay, starting on 12. This is beautiful. I'll do Vulnerability second because I want to increment all these claws a couple times. You can run the numbers and tell me if I'm the smartest or the dumbest man that's ever existed in world history. This is where we use that to weaken you at least a little bit. We didn't need to end our turn, bro. Now this turn, this is an important turn. He will heal to 228 HP. No matter what. So unless we're killing him this turn, which actually, when I look at it, seems possible, we may not want to go in, but we're going to go in anyway because we need to increment our claws. So, like, we got to give it a try. And I don't think it's... Well, I was going to say I don't think it's out of the question that we get the kill, but it actually is because Reinforced Body is going to be our last play. But otherwise, there was a chance. There's a heavy opportunity cost to that, but we're still chilling as far as I'm concerned because our claws are going to the moon. Might as well. That time, again, we didn't have to end turn. I just gotta own that. I'm sorry. We could still die. I think we can tank this turn, which means we're probably not gonna die. And we get 1 more card. A claw almost gets us there. A defend helps keep us alive. We're gonna win. Listen, it's not the best played game of Slay the Spire you're ever gonna see. That much is a given. But it was kind of like a nice warm-up, I guess. 42 minutes is actually... Like, the longer a run takes for me in Slay the Spire, the more impressed with myself I am, because I used to just yeet them downfield, man. I don't even know what I'm missing. Listen, I'm not committed to the idea that we're going to beat Ascension 20 with the defect in the next 20 days, okay? What I will say is, thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the episodes, let me know. And I would listen, the temerity involved in reading the YouTube comments to get all the advice is perhaps beyond my availability right now. But if you see me in Twitch chat, feel free to type out like a little cliff note and I'll take a look at it. I swear. I won't be immediately dismissive. I swear, I want to get better, okay? You're like my coach now. You're not an adversary. Show your appreciation if you enjoyed the episode. Click the like button. If you like Slay the Spire, click subscribe. We will be playing more of it, and I'll see you next time. See ya.